We have been getting bent over a motherfucking table for so long that we're lubing up ourselves now. Why though? Why? What are we talking about 109 characters? Nigga, this is 47 slots and not even all of them are different characters. Cut the cap. We are literally lubing ourselves up. Ooh,
okay,
talks
so
of the
we've got
Tenkaichi
Globku,
roster.
Vegeta, the
I ain't heard nothing about that mug
Dude,
yet.
Super Saiyan 4, Super Saiyan 4, God of Destruction Topo on top. Oh my goodness. All the Vegeta forms have just come to mind. Are you kidding me? We got the movie character.
At this point, all Dragon Ball Z games should just come out with 60 characters. Just off top, like before you even add DLC. But games are so used to being whack and just giving you fucking 18 characters nowadays, even though half of them are just reskins of another character. The games just be so lazy now, so it don't even fucking matter. We're not getting none of the characters that you're talking about. We're gonna get the core 7 characters, 3 add-ons, 2 special guests, and then the rest fan service. And it's only probably gonna be like 5 or 6 of those.
Why not? Just do all of those. Okay, real quick, how many characters do you think are in the new Tenkaichi game? Now, before you answer, keep this in mind. The first Budokai Tenkaichi had a total of 64 characters. The second one had 136, and finally the third
The fact
had
that they wrote me a note made me feel a lot better
all the
about
forms
it.
and transformations,
They
by
just
the
gave
way,
me something
everything included.
that
Now,
wasn't.
this new Budokai
Like, if I'd have
isn't
been thinking this
exactly a
was
sequel.
sweet
The
chili,
reason why Budokai Tenkaichi 3 was able to have
it's
more than
actually honey
150
hot,
characters is
that'd have been
because
weird.
it already started with a pretty big roster. Tenkaichi 3 itself only made 25 new characters, which isn't that much given the type of game this is. The second game, though, it made a whole 72 characters. Now that's impressive. And also keep in mind that they have already done this before. They have rebooted or made an upgraded version of Tenkaichi, which was called the Raging Blast. Updated the graphics, adjusted the battle system, basically made a new Budokai Tenkaichi just like they're doing now. And how many characters did we get? 73. So the most characters they have ever done from scratch was 73, which is a huge number and really impressive. But back to my question. How many characters do you think they are putting in the new Budokai Tenkaichi? And now that you know all of this info, I'm sure you'll give me a reasonable over 200. This video is brought to you by Raycon. Whether you're looking for a pair of everyday earbuds, low latency gaming headphones, or a speaker with a battery that will last you all night at your next party, Raycon's got you covered. Ever since I got my Raycons, I've left wired earbuds behind and I've never looked back. If you want to do the same, the
only reason I'm not tripping though is
because they start at half the price of other.
I want to say
that if the roster, thank you Raycon for sponsoring this video.
I want to say they had it priced at the same price
that if the roster
for One
isn't
Piece,
at least 200 characters
like
big, then there's
right
no
under
point.
it. So maybe they just mistyped or whatever. But I hit the one that said 2 piece.
Might as well stop development now. Let's say the roster is gonna be about 80 characters. 80 characters would mean that that's the biggest roster they have ever made from scratch. And I think that's
that motherfucker even 20 cents less.
Because making a character that looks like this is a lot harder than making a character that looks like this. Games have gotten more detailed. Developing a single one of these characters is gonna take way longer for a new game than it took back in the early 2000s. So if we get 80 characters in the new Tenkaichi, you're gonna be happy because that's impressive as hell. At the same time, this is an impossible roster with 80 characters. But this shit is it's great. Not enough. I know, it's crazy, but let's build it together and you'll see what I mean. How do we start building? It's simple. I've said it before, but I think this game will have a Dragon Ball Super focus. The Dragon Ball Super anime is confirmed to return in 2023, and since I don't think this game is coming out anytime soon, by the time it comes out, we will have some new arcs to cover. So we're gonna go through the entirety of Dragon Ball Super and add all the characters that make sense. By the way, minor spoilers for Dragon Ball Super, but if you're on the internet, you've already heard all of this stuff anyway. I'm gonna talk about a new transformation for Vegeta and Frieza. I'm also gonna talk about some of the upcoming villains, but I won't spoil any of the battle outcomes or anything that happens during those arcs. Okay, so we start the roster with Goku.
And how does upgrades go into your character list? Like, how does Super Saiyan?
He's gonna have these transformations. So this Goku, the single entry into the character selection,
why does it matter?
Already 6 characters. And I know it's missing some transformations. Chill, we'll get there. There's no Dragon Ball without Vegeta. Why he would have all of these transformations.
Why are you splitting base, Super Saiyan God? Like, why can't they do all of their forms under the same character? It's just a different skin. They usually never do anything special. Like, if you go in and you pick Super Saiyan Blue, he does the exact same thing as base Kakarot. So I don't understand.
Transformations 2, same number as Goku. Okay. This Vegeta is also 6 characters. And notice that we have Ultra Instinct Goku and Ultra Ego Vegeta, which is a very strong duo for promotion, maybe even the cover of the game. The fusions, Vegito and Gogeta, will also make it naturally.
Ultra Ego
in the Goku Black arc, and he's 3 characters already. And Gogeta also shows up in the Broly arc, and he's 3 characters as well. For the rest of the cast, we would need Future Trunks, which would have 3 transformations, so that's another 4 characters right there. Gohan with 3 transformations too, including the new Beast Mode from the movie, and then Piccolo, which would have 2 transformations from the Dragon Ball Super movie, so he's 3 characters in total. And then we add the rest of the Tournament of Power roster before we even talk about villains. So we got Krillin, we got Tien, Android 17, Android 18, and Master Roshi. But Master Roshi will probably have a transformation just like he did back in Budokai Tenkaichi 3. And out of all the Z Warriors, I feel like we're missing Yamcha.
But does it
I could
matter?
actually see them skipping Yamcha for the first time in a very long time in a Dragon Ball Z game, because he hasn't done anything in Super. But at this point, it does feel like the roster isn't complete without him, so congratulations, Yamcha. You barely made it. We are currently at 36 characters, by the way, and we've barely started. Let's go through Dragon Ball Super real quick. From the first arc, we add Beerus and Whis. Then we have Frieza. This Super Frieza only has the base version, Golden, and since we're going all the way through the Granola arc, is also gonna have Black. Yep, Black Frieza is a thing. We're not gonna elaborate any further. Speaking of Black, we're also adding Goku Black with the Rose transformation and Zamasu fused, and of course we already have Vegeta and Trunks there, no need to add them again. From Goku Black, we go into the Universe 6, where we have the Saiyans, Kale, Caulifla, and Kaba. We might as well add Kefla right away. She'll show up later in the Tournament of Power, but to keep this somewhat organized, let's add Kefla right now. She's also got a transformation going from base to legendary. And then we add Frost and Hit to close out Universe 6. And then we have the Tournament of Power, where the main villains would probably be Dispo, Topo, and Jiren. We could actually add a lot more, but you'll soon see that we're gonna need to cut some characters. Moving on to the Broly movie, we're adding Broly for sure with 3 transformations. And the next arc is Moro, who has some transformations, but we might want to censor these. Just take my word for it. He's going to be 4 characters. And finally, the Granola arc, which would at least add Granola and Gas. And Gas will be 4 characters too. Again, we're going to censor the transformations as well to prevent spoilers. Only 1 arc to go, the Dragon Ball Super Superhero, the star of which is Gohan, but we already have him in Beast Mode, as well as Orange Piccolo. Those 2 are already there, but we don't have the supporting cast. So let's go ahead and add Teen Goten and Teen Trunks, both of which can go Super Saiyan, and they can fuse into another character called Gotenks.
Oh, they finally turned into teens.
First time we would see Teen Gotenks, because they didn't pull off the fusion in the movie. That said, Gotenks is 3 characters, and we know
I gotta watch that.
Super Saiyan.
That's what I've been waiting to see.
We're gonna add Gamma 1 and
they
Gamma
actually
2,
look
and
different.
Of course, Cell Max. Bring the
them niggas been kids for 4 sagas.
I don't know how we made it. Right at the cap. I said 80.
Everybody else, 1 saga
optimistic. We cannot
kid,
go over
1 saga
80.
teen, 1 saga adult.
You see, something has stuck with me ever since I saw the Budokai Tenkaichi 4 trailer. We see Goku Blue powering up in Namek, and that looks natural. I mean, of course a Dragon Ball game is gonna have a Namek stage. We've never gone to Namek in Dragon Ball Super, have we? Which means the game will most likely have some Dragon Ball Z
Hey. I was saying where my other piece and all of that shit, but until further notice, I ain't saying nothing about this play. They can have the extra money. They did it on this one.
content. I mean, naturally, it's Tenkaichi. It's gonna have all the characters. It's gonna have Dragon Ball Z content because it's the most popular Dragon Ball. It's always been the case. So I think at the very least, Tenkaichi will have the bare minimum to give you a story recap of Dragon Ball Z with only the main villains. But first, we need
That's what it's supposed to be, a story recap.
Goku. So let's add another Goku to the roster. We'll call him Goku Z, and he is 5 characters because he's got a ton of transformations too. We also add Frieza Z, which starts in the first form and goes all the way to final form 100%, so that's 5 characters right there. The Cell Saga is gonna require Cell, who is also 4 characters, just like Tenkaichi 3, and I do think he would be a separate character slot from Cell Max. I don't think he would start as Imperfect Cell and work your way up to Cell Max. No, it's a separate character. So we can call this guy Cell Z if you want to. And we can't...
Why, though? Why? Why do any of these characters that you're naming that have the same exact name as another character and look exactly the same as another character and probably have the exact same moves as another character need to be a different character? If Goku has 11 transformations and all of them are the same, why do they need to be 11 different characters? This is the stupid shit that, like, and people are starting to feed into it more and more. Why are we allowing these developers to do stupid shit like that? It's a fucking PED. They don't even do anything different. What? Because one of them has super Kamehameha and the other one just regular Kamehameha? Get the fuck on. Like, what are we talking about? God damn, I just spit like crazy. Ooh. Let's go ahead and clip that. But yeah, what are we even talking about here? Like, if you got the same face as another character and do the same moves, that's one character, goddammit. If Android 16, 17, and 18 all did the exact same moves, they all one character, goddammit. There's just a different skin. Only thing you gotta do is create the outer layer, the PED.
Have the Cell Saga without another Gohan. This is Teen Gohan with a Super Saiyan and a Super Saiyan 2 transformations. And then the Buu Saga has Goten and Trunks who can both go Super Saiyan, and then they can fuse into Gotenks who can go Super Saiyan and Super Saiyan 3. Not to mention we gotta add the Boos themselves. So we got Majin Buu, then we got Super Buu as a separate character with 2 transformations, and then Kid Buu, which would be another separate character. And just like that, our roster has 109 characters. We are way past the cap. We're gonna have to do some cuts, and oh boy, you are not gonna like these cuts. And bear in mind, before we start cutting, we're already missing some pretty big names like, I don't know, Bardock, any of the movie characters like Cooler or Z Broly, even big canon names like Android 16. We have so many 109 characters. We are
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 24, 25, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47. Nigga, this is 47 slots. And not even all of them are different characters. Cut the cap. Like, this is the shit that they allow to be plastered on a, like, even if a game did have a, which they never do. They never have even this many characters. But even if a game had this many characters, just having different skins would allow them to say 109 characters on the fucking cover. That is false advertisement. There is not 109 characters, bro. There is no way a little kid or an adult and anything in between is going to pick up Goku Super Saiyan, Goku Super Saiyan 2 and think to themselves, wow, I'm so happy that I unlocked Super Saiyan 2. No, it should come with the character because that's the fucking character. What are we talking about here? This nigga said 109 characters. No, you have 40, maybe. It's probably not even 40. Like, why are we counting different skins?
We are way past the...
They don't even be doing extra shit. That's the craziest part. You can literally start a match. You can start a match as Goku going against fucking Gohan or even Goten. You would never see no fucking power difference. That's never been Dragon Ball's thing. You're not about to... No, they are just characters, bro. They are just bodies moving around. And half of them do the same thing. What are we talking about 109 characters?
We're gonna have to do some cuts, and oh boy, you are not gonna like these cuts. And bear in mind, before we start cutting, we're already missing some pretty big names like, I don't know, Bardock, any of the movie characters like Cooler or Z Broly, even big canon names like Android 16. We have so many Gokus and no one to dunk them. Okay, so out of the Z characters, I can see Goten and Trunks removed. Sorry, boys. I think it's cool that in Tenkaichi you usually start as one of these characters and then work your way up to a fusion. That was one of my favorite things to do back in the day. But we need to cut characters, and you guys are mostly here for Gotenks. So Gotenks stays, but you kids are out. That's 4 characters gone. I don't think I can cut anyone else from Z, to be honest. If you want to tell a story recap, this is the bare minimum you need. And that's already no Raditz, no Nappa, no Ginyu Force. Yeah, it is super abridged. From Dragon Ball Super, though, this is gonna be hard, but we have to get rid of the Universe 6 Saiyans. Sorry, guys. Frost too. Frost is out of there as well. We're only staying with Kefla and Hit from Universe 6. That's it. Those are the mandatory ones. The others are not, unfortunately. And from the Tournament of Power, they could probably get away with just Jiren. So we are also cutting Bispo and Topo. And last but not least, we are probably cutting Superhero. All of it. So goodbye Gammas, goodbye Cellmax, goodbye Goten, Trunks, and Gotenks. All of them gone, including Beast Mode Gohan, so he's one less character, and 2 Piccolo transformations are also gone.
He's not
so
one less character, he's still one character.
The reason for this is, if the anime does not reach Superhero, and it remains just a movie for now, they can totally get away with making Superhero a DLC pack. Imagine a Superhero pack with all of these characters that we just removed. In fact,
the fact that you brought that shit up. Y'all just seeing this? Even the niggas that's playing the games is asking for DLCs now? Bro, the world is getting finessed. And we used to it now. We have been getting bent over a motherfucking table for so long that we're lubing up ourselves now. We are literally lubing ourselves up. This nigga posted a video where he talks about them getting themselves ready to DLC some shit. If you can DLC it and put it in the game, then it can be in the game when the game drops. I never understand why there needs to be DLC. If you think you need to DLC for $15, then goddammit, your game is not 60, it's 75. Why are we doing all these microtransactions? Sell the game as the game. I don't want to buy the game and then buy more game. That's stupid. Yeah, it might keep your shit readily, but niggas are still playing games that don't even get promotions. So the fact that you need a DLC to keep your shit riding the wave is stupid. You don't have a good product. You're relying on the fact that we're going to be able to say, oh, some new shit came. Hey, some new shit came. You have no fucking good shit then. If you always waiting on some new shit. The game at base should be the game. It should be a great game with all the fucking characters, because that's what the game is. It's a walkthrough of the years. And you shouldn't fucking need multiple slots of the same nigga. The fact that him and probably the motherfuckers who actually are making the game are really sitting there going, man, who can we cut? Yeah, let's get rid of these cool characters that we've never seen in games, like older Gohan and Trunks. And yeah, get rid of Topo and other niggas who can actually bang like different versions of Frieza and Cooler and Cell. And let's just keep multiple fucking placeholders of Goku. Multiple placeholders of Vegeta. That'll be perfect. Matter of fact, while we're at it, instead of putting Goku Black under Goku, let's add another slot for him too. Like,
a lot of the characters we removed could be added later as DLC. The Pride Troopers pack would bring back Dispo and Topo as DLC, including Topo with the God of Destruction transformation. The Universe 6 Warriors pack would bring back the Saiyans and Frost. We haven't even talked about Dragon Ball GT or the original Dragon Ball, all of which have a ton of DLC potential right there. I mean, these cuts were really hard.
DLC potential? What the fuck is DLC potential?
We hit a total of 83 characters. We are still not done. Oh no, who do we cut now? Yamcha? Whiz? I can't do it. This is the bare minimum, and it's still a bigger number than my most optimistic guess. I think that whatever happens with the new Tenkaichi, people are gonna be mad that their favorite character's not here, or at least they're gonna be mad that they're not in the base game and they're saving them for DLC because they're so greedy. When actually, this is an impossible task. I do think this game is being built with DLC in mind, and at some point, everyone will be playable, and that's exciting. This could be the most complete Dragon Ball game ever, with an incredible potential for future DLC. But the launch roster? I think we're gonna see a lot of angry people when the final roster finally gets announced. But what do you think of this roster? Would you be happy with something like...
This video went a little to the left. Like, I didn't expect him to start talking like how he was talking. So I probably ended up posting this shit because it kind of got me a little hot. So if you are a game developer in the comments, please tell me how the fuck those count as multiple characters. Also, please tell me what is stopping y'all from developing the whole game when the game is getting developed. How is certain things getting trapped behind a paywall, but you had enough time to create the game with those things in mind? Like, I don't know. It just don't make sense to me. It don't make sense how you buy a game as a full game, which it might still be the full game. It might. But you buy a game with the intention of having to buy more of that game to have the completed game. I just really don't get it. I really would love to be able to go back to the days where it don't matter what the price is either. I hope niggas understand that. I'm not saying that, oh, developers should have to be stuck making full games and putting their heart into it for $50. No, you can charge what you need to charge. But I shouldn't have to buy your game and wait for more game. I shouldn't have to buy your game on Christmas Day and only be able to play a percentage of it until July. If that's the case, come out with number 2. Like, that's what it seems like. Like, I really feel like DLCs literally should only be for games like Fortnite and shit. Games that was already free to play, and you just add on shit like, hey, would you like to buy this part of the game? This is a new map. Everybody having fun on this map, yeah. Like, that's what DLC should be for. Niggas never intended to make money, and now it's popping. So we need a way to make money. Here's some DLCs. Oh yeah, and you can donate here, type shit, for more DLCs in the future. But like AAA games being able to sell multiple fucking, like, bro, it's still Dragon Ball Tenkaichi. You mean to tell me I could have been played this part of the story, but y'all wanted me to pay for it on March 13th instead of when the game came out? Cool. Got it. Actually, you got it. And I'm cool.